Honda Motors, we only have a couple more slides left. And then off top world, if you have any questions, we'll get into your questions and we'll finish it up. But we have a couple more slides and then we'll go from there. So we got Honda Motors Company Limited, HMC. Industry, manufacturer. Obviously, they make cars, motorcycles, power equipment. It's in Tokyo. Their dividend yield is 3.5%, which is good. Biannual dividend yield, not necessarily my cup of tea. I wish it was quarterly. You only get two payments a year, so that's why I don't think I'm going to be loading the boat too much on Honda. I'm going to get a good position. I'm going to get more than 2 shares, but when you're only doing a biannual dividend and it's only at 3%, I feel like you find something a little bit different. But I have to be diverse and I need to get into international markets, and it's a great company. So I have to have shares. And they're really, Tokyo is really a part of like the hydrogen movement too that's happening as well. So I think Tokyo's really coming around soon. Japan's really coming around. And there's some heavy gematria decodes with this as well. Honda is the Japanese stock to purchase if you're an American, 222 English reduction. We like to see that. Honda is the Japanese stock to purchase after the COVID pandemic due to technology's advances, 333 English reduction. That's great. During COVID times, Tokyo was getting a lot of buzz. And didn't we just have the Olympics in Japan recently? And so it was Japan. And we just had it recently. So that's another signal. You have to watch the matrix as a whole. When the matrix makes an event, when something happens, take note. As soon as Japan, had the Olympics, they started getting a lot of buzz. Their more capital investments started coming in, and the economy started doing a lot better. HMC stock will survive after COVID, 133 English reduction. Investment number, I wasn't too worried about them going out of business. Honda's a great company. They've been producing motorcycles and great automobiles for a long time. They're in power equipment. That's not going anywhere. Again, if World War III happens, this is the type of company that the Japanese or the American military will look towards to make equipment, going against Russia, China, India, BRICS, and things along those lines. And that's what I'm keeping in my back of the head. I have to think a couple years out and maybe extrapolate some of the events that might take place. And to be honest, I think some type of military conflict is going to pop off soon, just with how things are looking. So we just got to be prepared and be in the right stocks. As you see, look, good stocks, simple decode, good stocks, 38 English reduction, 52 reverse reduction. Honda stock, 38 English reduction, 52 reverse reduction. So it's telling right off the bat, the gematria is telling you right off the bat, Honda stock is a good stock. Keep it simple, right? HMC stock will thrive after COVID, 333 English ordinal. Then we have Honda hydrogen fuel cells after 2023. They have fuel cell technology that I'm very interested in. And buy Honda stock after COVID pandemic, both equaling 137 English reduction. And then the last Honda decode, Honda will figure out hydrogen fuel cell technology after COVID pandemic, 333 English reduction. Powerful stuff. I like the company. I'm going to keep nibbling on shares. But as you see in the stock price, it's not doing a whole lot and it's just stable, but that's okay. We want stability within our dividend stocks. And the reason why is because we have that dividend. So the stock can stay like this, just slowly grow over time, but we keep getting paid by the company regardless of what the price does. So in general, our investment keeps growing, all right, because of the dividend. And that's the power of being paid by a company that you own. And so just a couple other things. The PE ratio is 5x earnings. For reference, usually on the S&P 500, PE ratio average is about 26. So it's really valued nicely. The net equity is $84.3 billion or 11.4 trillion yen, $26 billion in cash, $45 billion in non-current liabilities, $47 billion in current market cap, which is insane. The current market cap is $47 billion, but their equity is $84.3 billion in net, which means their assets on the book is double what their current price is. So in a world, you could possibly see maybe Honda could be a $40 stock one day in the correct circumstances, right? And so look, FDI stocks by country or foreign investments by country. The United States in 2022 and 2020 is 27% of the investment in Japan, right? So 20% of the foreign investments is coming from the United States, and we understand how big of a business number 27 is. Money, scratch is a nickname for money. Scratch, cheese, currency, all equals 27, right? And then we have American investment in Japan, 27, 200 and 270 in English ordinal, 27 when you cast off the zero. So you see that connection there. American investment in Japan, 270 English ordinal. United States invested is 20% of the investment from foreign countries in Japan. And then we have USA investing in Japanese companies as Pluto enters Aquarius, 222 in septenary. Septenary is it's a special cipher. It's a holy cipher. You've seen it in the Bible a lot, but it does provide some insight when you need something a little bit more divine, because it only goes up to 7. It takes off 8 and 9, and 7 is a very divine number. 7 days in a week, 7 chakras. When you use a die, a square, a die, right, a cube, it all equals up to 7. So 7 colors to the rainbow. A lot of things about 7.